Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about disc extrusion and how you can recover from disc extrusion. It is a very common condition that many people can suffer with it, and it's pretty scary because you could have severe symptoms and pain, and in majority of cases people would been suggested to do surgery. But for those of you guys who's looking for conservative treatment, in this video we're gonna dig in through what are the factors that can help you to recover from disc extrusion. I'm going to share with you in this video my online client's 𝐂𝐭 who lives in India, and he was suffering from disc extrusion for more than a year, and we started his plan 6 weeks ago. 𝐂𝐭 was literally in bed when we start his initial consultation. He was not able to sit and he was in a really bad condition, and he was suggested to do surgery from 3 different neurosurgeons, but he wasn't convinced to do it, and he contacted me 6 weeks ago. And in this video I would like to share with you his experience, and he shared with you a couple of very important tips that help him in regards to his recovery. Make sure to watch the video till the end. At the end of this video, I'm going to share with you his daily routine that he's been doing over the last 6 weeks, that you can literally copy this exercise if you're suffering from a lumbar disc extrusion. Now, you need to understand these exercises are not necessarily suitable for everybody. It's been customized for 𝐂𝐭, but if you are looking for something more customized, you can always contact me and we can get you started on a customized plan. If you've never been in this channel, my name is Bob. I'm a physical therapist. I help people globally through an online consultation, and I help them to get some clarity about their injury and provide them a customized rehab plan for their recovery. If you're suffering from chronic lower back pain due to lumbar disc bulges, herniation, or extrusion, I'll be happy to discuss your case one-to-one and go through your case and give you some clarity and give you a second opinion. You can always book an online consultation with the link below, and we can get you started right away. Before any ado, let's get started. I
Yeah,
suppose,
yeah,
we can start with yourself, 𝐂𝐭. You can just go with what happened initially. How did we contact me, and where we are right now,
sure,
the 6 weeks.
sure. So, my name is 𝐂𝐿, and the first time that I had any issues with a lower back was in the February of 2020, where I had a football injury. I basically fell on my left leg, and that was the first time that I felt a very strong pain in my lower back, and unfortunately, since then, it's all there was no recovery, I would say, that happened from that period of Feb 2020 to around November of 2023. It was always that I used to do certain things that doctors have told me. I would have shown my case to more than 7 to 8 doctors across multiple cities in India, and it never got cured. It used to be good for a couple of months and kind of come back again. What happened this time in 2023 is I started getting the pain in my left leg, apart from my lower back pain also.
Mhm.
So, and that is when I got to know that it's sciatica, because I have a major disc bulge. That is the symptom that was told to me, and the only correction that everybody suggested. I had shown it to 3 neurosurgeons. All 3 of them told me that I need to get a surgery done. That's the only thing that will resolve, and there is nothing else. uh, and obviously I was very hesitant to do it. I did not want to do it, so I tried physiotherapy, I tried many other things, Ayurveda, and nothing kind of resolved it completely. That is when I was searching on Instagram and I found you. So I found Bob's videos, a lot of client testimonials, and that is how I understood that there is a process to it. The most important thing that I was looking at was, can I kind of reverse this thing? Can I kind of do it? And that is when I decided that I want to stop everything and kind of contact Bob. That is how it started. Uh, I think it was December second week that I kind of contacted you.
Yes.
And I still remember my first session. I was lying on the bed because I could not sit at all.
Oh,
I was on the bed.
I have a very small
Yeah,
shot of that video, I'm gonna share with you,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't mind. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do remember that I was like, okay, this is the condition that I'm in. But yeah, and that is how my journey started with Bob. And it's been 6 weeks. I can sit now for 3, 4 hours with no issues at all. I am also better at walking. I feel better. My pain is lesser now. It's gone down by 30, 40% now. Mentally I feel much stronger.
Amazing.
And I also remember, by the way, that I did not bend for 6 months
Yeah.
because everybody told me that you should not bend at all.
Yes.
And because I was so scared, I did not do it. And now I'm a normal person. I can bend free without any issues. I have no pain at all,
Yeah.
and I have no fear. That is one of the biggest things,
Amazing.
that I had a fear of doing even the smallest things that are there. I don't have any fear right now.
Amazing.
So yeah, that is how 6 weeks of progress has been for me.
I know what I mean. And Kyo, if we pick up,
Yeah,
let's say, one or two things that really helped you through this process, if you share that with
yeah.
people watching this video, what would that be?
So one thing is the daily mobility
Mm-hmm.
that is there, right? For someone who, so I was told I should not do any kind of physical movement. I
Mm-hmm.
should just rest. I should not do forget working out. I should not do anything that puts any kind of strain on my
Yes.
body, right?
Yeah.
And when you shared those daily mobility exercises, I had a lot of doubts. Honestly, I did not think I'll be capable of doing anything. So that has worked like a wonder for someone who cannot even sit for 5 minutes. Being able to do those workouts, right? 30 minutes workouts 2 times a day, I think that is a very big change. I think that is the biggest key to the recovery, is what I feel. Because my body, I could see my body opening up. I felt like it was a crumbled paper, and I just was not letting it like go freely. So daily mobility is one really good thing. Second thing is also the upper body, lower body workout along with the daily mobility, which kind of challenges my body. It's not that as if the daily mobility doesn't, but you get used to those movements. The upper body, lower body workout actually challenges. And honestly, I did not ever imagine I'll be able to do any of those workouts when the first time that I saw them.
Yeah.
But now I know that I'm able to do it. And the diet. So I haven't received a diet ever in my life which was so precise, which was so clear, and I exactly knew what I had to do. So the combination of these three things, Bob, I think is really what is the topmost thing. And just one more thing to add, your feedback is something which helps me a lot. Every single video that I share with you, the amount of detailing that you will share as a feedback, I really like it. I haven't received such a proper feedback ever in my life, when it comes to kind of, doing anything. So that has helped me a lot.
Amazing, amazing. And
Yeah,
symptoms-wise, cure. Like if you make
yeah,
a comparison from where you were until now
yeah,
within these 6 weeks, I mean, we just
yeah,
sharing you some of your progress because we still have a good bit of way to go to get you back in
yes,
action to full capacity and get you
yeah,
back to the gym.
yes,
Mm.
yes,
And what was your symptoms initially, and how is it right now? To just describe them in comparison.
yeah. So sitting was impossible. Except having food, I was not sitting at all. Right now, I can sit for 3 to 4 hours with no issues throughout the day.
Hmm.
Right, so that is one very big change. Second, there was radiating pain in my left leg, right, going from my lower back till my foot, and a lot of left hamstring pain. As soon as, maybe I'm getting up from my bed and just going through in the house, 2, 3 rooms, and I had a lot of pain. The pain was so much that I had to sit down or lie down, right? Now it is not the case anymore. I can walk freely in the house. I am able to do 2,500, 3,000 steps a day
Right.
with no issues. And I'm also able to, so the amount of pain, first of all, has decreased significantly. There is no radiating pain. There is no pain which makes me immobile, you
Yeah.
know. It's not as if I don't kind of sit down or, completely sleep, that my pain will, without that, I cannot do anything. It's not like that. That is how it was in the first week. Now it's not like that. So that is one very big change in terms of symptoms. Sleep was also very difficult,
Mm-hmm.
before starting the treatment. The sleep at night was not good because it is to pain. Now it's better. I am sleeping better, right? Previously in the morning when I used to get up, there was a lot of pain. First half an hour, 1 hour used to just was gone in getting back to normal,
Got
you
you.
know, just like calming down my body and the pain that I have.
Mm-hmm.
That is not there. So I'm waking up now with much better strength and much better feelings. So that is the progress till now.
Amazing. And you had some numbness as well, 𝐂𝐿.
Yes, yes, I will tell that about that. So I had numbness in my leg, in a couple of places, in the toes especially. That numbness has also reduced. I see that there is a lot of progress in that numbness, especially after doing a lot of upper body, lower body, certain workouts. Those help a lot specifically for reducing that numbness. So that numbness is almost now down to being negligible.
Amazing, amazing, man. I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
overall, like is a great progress to see, like, after like
yeah,
being
yeah,
in bed for 6 months, and not being
yeah,
around. I'm delighted
yeah,
to share your progress, man. And I think,
yeah.
I'm gonna share some of the stuff that you're even doing at the end of this
Yes,
with people who watch this video.
yes,
Like you mentioned
yes,
about mobility routine, I'm gonna share those
yeah,
exercise with people who are suffering from
yeah,
lumbar disc
yeah,
bulges or herniation.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I suppose, like, it bring one thing that I always try to mention to my patient is that, like, there's a lot of I suppose cases that they need urgent care, as such as
yeah,
surgery, like 𝐂𝐭, that is really a huge compression on the nerve, and they get like
yeah,
very kind of like a severe, I suppose, symptoms such as bowel dysfunctional control,
yeah,
or foot
yeah,
drop,
yeah,
or like lack of
yeah,
weakness, or saddle
yeah,
numbness, etc.,
yes,
which is fair. But I think what you mentioned, that you kind of like didn't, felt that, surgery is right, and
yes,
you even wait
yes,
longer for recovery. But
yeah,
I think
yeah,
if you look at it, the more I look at my patient, those people that who actually follow a system and a plan,
yes, yes, yes,
they hugely see progress, not just because,
yes,
what we do, because they have a plan. What do you think of that, Secure? And like just have a routine. Do you think that was
yeah.
helpful for you?
Yes, yes, yes. That is like the key to the entire recovery process is following that routine, you know. Even if you go to a doctor when you're suffering with these issues, right? And even people who are suggesting you surgeries, no one is telling you to what to do after that, honestly. I asked every single doctor that what is to be followed, and there is a very general answer. There is no clear-cut answer. This routine that is there, right, is a proper methodical process that you get, which gives you a lot of clarity. Even non-surgical options like, say, a physiotherapy or going to a chiropractor, right? There is no process that is being followed. You as a patient, you are not aware that what am I supposed to expect,
That's
what
very
am I
good.
supposed to do,
Yes.
right? And I'm not doing anything, right? The first thing that I will always remember what you told me in all the other things, everybody is doing something on me. I'm not doing anything to get better,
I
right?
know.
Whereas in this, I'm following that process and I'm following that rhythm, which is helping me a lot.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I think that is the biggest key to the entire recovery process.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. And I think, one of the things that is not really clear for people when we discuss about the routine, within that
yeah,
routine, my job is to collect data
yes,
from
yes,
your, basically, I suppose, pain, movement,
Yeah.
you know, any type of
Yeah.
complaint. We're collecting those data through that routine. And
Yes.
based
Yes.
on those data, we make adjustment and modification.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
get a lot
Yeah.
of emails from people that, you know, they send me their MRI and they ask me for help. But generally speaking, it is a lot of time and process goes through that routine to
Yes.
configure what works for this person, you know,
Yes.
and give
Yes.
them the best recovery. That's why I think, and you're involved with it, you understand that data.
Yes.
You
Yes.
see
Yes.
visually,
Yes.
okay, I'm actually progressing or I'm challenging,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
or I have to
Yeah.
modify certain
Yeah.
things, you know,
Yeah.
like some
Yeah.
exercise, for example, become easier or become much more challenging.
Yes.
You're aware of it.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I think that's so true that that measurement hugely
Yeah.
help
Yeah. Yeah.
you to even
Yeah.
regain confidence, doesn't
Yes,
it?
yes, yes. That is true. True. When I see my, say, week one, week two, my responses to an upper body, lower body workout
Yes,
versus my responses now, there's a huge difference, right? I mean, obviously, I'm going to discuss it with you. You're going to use it to get to the next weeks, but I
exactly.
am myself looking at that progress, and it's there. So that is also a very big change that you see as a person.
I know that visual
Yeah.
progress gives you a lot of
Yeah,
confidence
yeah,
and trust, doesn't it?
true,
Yeah,
true.
amazing,
Yes,
amazing.
yes, yes,
Sure,
yes.
and thank you
Yeah,
sharing
yeah,
your experience. We
yeah,
will we will
yeah.
update people in a couple of weeks time with more
Yes,
progress
yes,
and show you where you are,
yes,
you know,
yes,
and probably
yes,
you will have
yes,
more, I suppose, things to share with them. You know what I mean? Because the purpose of this video
yes,
is
for
you to
sure.
just share your own experience with them, and for people who have
Yes,
the similar.
yes.
Thanks again, man. The first exercise that I'm going to share with you guys in this movement is going to be cat camel. Cat camel is pretty simple, but it's very effective in getting that flexion and extension back to your routine, and your basically back can gently get this movement in a very even acute phase of your injury. You're going to be on a quadruped position, hands underneath of your shoulder, your knee underneath of your hip. You want to basically relax your back and get to that curved position to the point that feels comfortable. And then we're going to get back to that extension. We want to flex the lumbar spine and the upper back. Hold it there for a few seconds and repeat the extension. Now, sometimes when you go into extension or flexion, your lower back can be sensitive. You want to go within the range that feels comfortable. If you find only that movement is applicable in that stage of time, that can suppose be done without aggravating your symptoms, you can practice that within that comfortable range. Try it for 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetition, 2 to 3 rounds through the day. The following move is going to be thoracic rotation, or literally reintroducing rotation. There are a couple of different ways to doing it. I'm going to show you different variety. The simplest way, you're going to bring your hands around your neck. You don't want to hold it too tight, and you want to rotate the elbows within a comfortable range. You're definitely going to feel some cracking, which is normal. You're going to get that rotation, maybe 5 to 8 repetitions in each side. Change arms, same thing on the other side. If you're suffering from lumbar disc bulges, one of the movements that can be really aggravating your symptoms can be rotation. But you don't want to minimize it, because in some stage in life you have to do some sort of rotation in your lumbar spine, and you can restore it by simply doing this movement. This is the different type of kind of like thoracic rotation. You gotta try and see which version suits you the best. I'm gonna show you from the other way. And again, the range is within comfortable. You're relaxing everything, you're breathing in and out, and you're trying this movement for 3 sets of 5 to 8 repetitions in each side. We're going to move on to back extension, which can be beneficial if you're suffering from lumbar disc bulges, herniation, or extrusion. Now, depends on the position of the extrusion or where the disc is actually bulged. Sometimes back extension is not really applicable for you. You have to really consult your physiotherapist, physical therapist, and see, are you able to do, like in certain cases, the extrusion can cause spinal stenosis in your lumbar spine, which means it's a secondary stenosis and cause a lot of narrowing around the lumbar spine, which could be not really applicable for you. You have to consult and see, is it comfortable doing it or not? Now, you're gonna hold your hands next to your armpit. You're gonna gently go to a kind of like 5-10 degree of extension. Hold it there for 1, 2, 3 seconds and slow down. You don't want to really push it too much. There's a lot of weight on my hands and I'm not using my back too much. I'm just creating some movement there. When I get more comfortable, I can come a little bit higher, but I always keep my hip on the ground and don't overextend my lumbar spine. Yeah. Now, the more you do the extension, if you find it is comfortable, it becomes actually easier, you gain more range, and it's pretty beneficial. You can practice it for 3 sets of 8, hold it for a second or 2, and repeat it 2 to 3 times through the day. The following move that we're gonna do, guys, is gonna be hip drop, which is a really important movement for your hip, because when you're suffering from chronic lower back pain due to disc bulges, your hip becomes very stiff as well, and whatever you do that involve your hip can be exacerbating your pain, which means we're gonna kind of utilize and open up the hip. You're gonna lie down on your back. Most of this exercise can be done in bed, and you can literally start them even as early as you wake up. You're gonna open up your arms and we're gonna drop the arm to the side. We're gonna go for just a hip drop to either side. Now, usually one side is always tighter than the other side. You're gonna practice this movement for 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. It's a very gentle move, but it's pretty effective in getting your hip move and open up your kind of like your lower back. You can stay there for 3 to 5 seconds on either side, breathing in and out, and try to practice this as often as possible. The more you do this movement, the easier it gets. You might feel some sort of stretch around your lumbar spine and lower back, which is pretty good. The last movement that I'm gonna share with you guys in this routine is gonna be hip 90-90, another hip opener that help you to rotate your hip a little bit more challenging. You can practice the first couple of movements initially for a couple of days if you find this movement difficult, and then reintroduce this movement. For this movement, you're gonna keep the feet shoulder width apart, and you using your hands to balance your body, and gently you're gonna move your foot to either side. This should be done within comfortable range. You may need to lean a little bit more back to get the same range. The more your hands get closer to your body and leaning forward, it becomes more challenging. Now, I've practiced this movement for quite some times. I can do it very easily, but sometimes if you are suffering from lumbar disc bulges or herniation, it can be a little more challenging. Go within the comfortable range, gradually build them up, and make sure to practice it daily. The more you practice, you will see better results. As you can see in this video, consistency and following the routine is the key factor for your recovery. If you're suffering from disc extrusion, as you can see in this video, you do have a chance to recover no matter how bad is your symptoms, but you need to have a system, a plan that you can follow in a day-to-day living, and you can measure it. That data and measurement is hugely valuable for me, and there's no secret or magic in this plan. We literally measure all those activity and things that you do in a day-to-day basis, and based on those measurement and data, we modify and customize them for you in a weekly basis. Now, 𝐂𝐿 is not fully recovered. He's just started. We've done only 6 weeks, but he's totally in a different level. He can do his day-to-day living activity. He can walk, he can sit comfortable, and he can follow a routine of exercises that initially was really difficult for him to believe that he can do them. Now, if you're suffering from similar condition and you've been following some sort of like advices that you should rest, I would highly suggest you to don't rest. Rest is not a rehab, and I would highly suggest either contact a local physio, or you can always contact me through the link below and we can discuss your case and get you started right away. Make sure to subscribe my channel for my weekly update, and if you find this video helpful, press that like button. Until next week, all the best.